As an entrepreneur, you have probably asked yourself this question: how do I price my services? How do I make sure that I'm not too low, not too high, that it's competitive enough, that it's within market value, it's in the range of what your customers can afford? How do you find that sweet spot? So today that's what we're talking about. By the way, I put out videos every single week to help entrepreneurs with growing their business and scaling their audience and ROI, so be sure to subscribe. I personally have asked myself this, especially when you're putting out like a new product or service, you're trying to get yourself out to the world. How do you make sure you're priced at that sweet spot, what people can afford, that they go, it's not too low, it's not too high, it makes sense? Because we're not trying to like race to the bottom. We're not trying to be Walmart rolling back prices. We need to have a good price that we have profits, we have good margins so that we can reinvest back into our business, and that we're also pricing ourselves at a place that people take us seriously. Let me tell you a story about this. I have a mentor that I love and respect, and he was telling this story about how he was interviewing this contractor that would come into his business, spend a few days, consult with them, help just overhaul all of their processes, their systems, and everything was sounding amazing. And the guy was going to come in and spend, several days there and just give them a ton of value that was going to help them to be able to make more money and to help their customers at a much higher level. And at the end of it, he says, "All right, how much is it going to cost?" And the guy said, it was like less than $1,000. And after all of that, all of the value that he said he was going to bring, that he was going to fly out from his city and to spend all this time with them and consult them and get them this amazing result that he promised, my mentor said, forget about it. Because he also didn't price himself at a place that people took him seriously. He said that he could have easily charged over $10,000, $20,000 for everything that he said he was going to do. But when he priced himself too low, it brought upon this thought that maybe he's an amateur, maybe he doesn't really know what he's doing, or even just the fact that he didn't value himself high enough. It shows you maybe a little bit of the mindset of this entrepreneur. We want to work with people that take themselves seriously, that value themselves, that know what they bring to the table and know what value they're going to provide. So even think of that when you're in a grocery store or at a restaurant and you see two different options, there's one that's more expensive than the other. It already gives you that idea that this more expensive option is probably higher quality. The lowest option is probably pretty cheap. I think of it that way too when I'm looking at things that are on sale or clothes that I might be trying to buy. If it's at a low price, my mind already goes to it's probably low quality, something that isn't going to give me the comfort or the result that I'm looking for, and it can make you kind of check out of that. So think of that too when you're pricing your services or your products or whatever we're pricing here. How can you price it at a level that people are going to respect? The other thing to pay attention to when you are pricing your services is that people, when they pay more attention. I found that when you give things away for free, people don't really respect it as much. Have you ever had it happen where maybe you give something away for free and they don't use it or they don't participate in it? I've had something where I gave them my course or my 21-day challenge and I gave it away for free, and then they didn't actually use it because they didn't invest in it. They didn't put that skin in the game to say, I paid for this and I'm gonna get the result. So what I want you to remember is that when people pay more, they pay more attention. I've already said we don't wanna race to the bottom for the lowest prices. We wanna price ourselves at a place that people are gonna respect it and they're gonna want to get a result from it, knowing that they are investing, they have their skin in the game, and they're gonna get a result from it. I also understand the concern of pricing yourself too high and being worried that you'll have less customers because people might not be able to afford it. But here's what I want to tell you about that. I personally in my business have high ticket services that are over $10,000, $20,000 to purchase. They're longer contracts, they're ways that we know that we get results for our clients, and it's well worth it. We show the results that we get for them, and when the businesses are at that level that they can afford it, it's a service that they're willing to invest in because they know the result it's going to get. However, we can't serve everyone at that level, and we know there's people that can't afford that. So we have built out what we call a value ladder, meaning we have our entry-level things that are low ticket prices, things like $20, $40, $100, all the way up to the things that are tens of thousands of dollars. And think of all the steps in between that are different ways that people can purchase your products or services and work their way up. So if someone can't afford maybe your $10,000 level program that you have, how can you give them something that's at a lower ticket offer that's going to grow their business or grow whatever their thing is that you're helping them with to get to a level where they can afford that and they want to invest that much in you because they know show that you've given them that value at a lower ticket price. This is kind of like what we call dating your audience. So before you go in for marriage and saying, will you marry me, and have this big high ticket price point, you've dated them so that they know, like, and trust you, and that they're willing to invest the time and the money into working with you and paying at a higher level. So overall, it would be impossible for me to say, here's what you should price your stuff at, because every situation is unique. I don't know exactly what's your product or service that you're looking at, or what kind of results it gets for your clients. However, I do help my students with this all the time, especially in my 21-day Infinite Video Impact Challenge, where I can help you create your offer, your messaging, and how you put that out to the world. So you can click link below, learn more about that, or go to infiniteimpactchallenge.com. But all together, what I do want to say to you is to price yourself at a place where you're not the cheapest, and maybe you're not the most expensive, but if you are the most expensive, that does give you a position to be in authority and to prove your worth in that spot, so that people know if you're the best, they deserve the best, and they will pay the best. There's nothing wrong with being the most expensive in your industry, especially if you can prove the results. So if you need more help with pricing your services, I would love for you to join my 21-day Infinite Video Impact Challenge. Comment below if you've had any hang-ups with pricing, or any experiences yourself with, did someone give you a quote for something that you thought, well, should it be more expensive? Should it be less? Or how did that affect you when you saw someone else's price points? I'd love to know. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe for more weekly videos.